I genuinely hope this video makes it to your algorithm in time so that we can finally settle this debate. Do you need a niche to grow? Well, small content creators right now are debating whether or not they should choose a niche. And by the end of this video, we'll be able to weigh out the pros and cons to see if it's a good fit for you or not. I'll even reveal to you how I made it from 0 to almost 2K subscribers in less than 60 days as a brand new content creator on the YouTube platform. So we got a lot to talk about. So let's unpack. Well, how's it going, content besties? I'm so happy to see you, and I'm so excited about the topic today because I've heard your cries, I've read the comments, and I know this is a buzzing topic that you guys have been wanting me to speak about. So I'm here to deliver. And if you're new here, welcome. I am your content bestie, Erica. Welcome to Erica Loves Cameras. I hope you stick around because we have fun. We keep things light and airy, and we keep things genuine and authentic. So if that's your vibe, hit subscribe. I like to rhyme. Let me stop. That is so cheesy of me. Oh my gosh, I'm sick of myself. Anyway, topic at hand is, do you need a niche in order to grow? That's the age-old question. So hopefully by the end of this video, you get to make a final decision on how you should move forward on your platform as a small content creator. Or maybe you're a big content creator. Welcome. I'm flattered. And either way, we are going to just really dive into this topic so that you can finally figure out what route to take on your channel. I want to preface this video by letting you know I have already tested everything I'm about to share with you in this video. As a matter of fact, that's just a rule of thumb. Don't ever think that I'm going to get on here and tell you guys anything that I haven't myself tried or done first. So everything that I'm about to share in this video has proven to either work or not work. And I just like to spill the tea because we're besties and we don't hold things from each other. So now that that's out the way, the question is, do you need a niche? The deeper question is, I would argue, is that do you need a niche or do you want one? That's the question. Allow me to explain the difference. Needing a niche is probably under the category of somebody who's like, I want to take this YouTube thing somewhere and I'm kind of all over the place. So I need to stick to a topic. Otherwise, I would just lose all control and just swerve all over the YouTube road. And I don't want that. So I need a niche. Whereas the other person may feel like, well, I want a niche because every time I think and talk about this topic, I just light up. And I want to find other people who are just as passionate. And I'm really good at explaining this. So I really want that for my channel. You see how there's a difference there? So sometimes you really do have to distinguish the difference between a need and a want. And in this case, if you fall under the category of you need a niche because you don't want to be like all over the place and you're not multi-passionate about things, that's the route that you should go. If you have a desire or a want to have a niche, then pick the one or maybe two. It's okay to have more than one, by the way. Contrary to popular belief, it's okay to really love more than one thing. So let's just stop the whole narrative of if you pick one niche, that's the only thing you could talk about for the rest of your life. No, that's miserable. Okay. But if you do have that one thing, preferably, then that one thing that you're so passionate about, you could talk about it in your sleep. You can like create about it in whatever time of day it is. That's the niche. That's the thing that you want to hone in on because that's the thing that's really going to take your channel far and you won't ever get tired of it. So that's just to set the foundation of this whole conversation. Figure out if having a niche is a need or a want. All right, now that we have that established, let's go ahead and break down some of these pros and cons. So on this side of the screen, you'll notice that these are a few pros, and here's a few cons to having a niche. So just to pull out one, because one is super important. The rest are pretty straightforward, but let's highlight one of these. And it's the idea of making it easier for Miss Algorithm to know exactly what to do with your content. It's her job to make sure you get placed exactly where you need to be, not only to see growth, but to also engage and gain new subscribers on the platform. She wants to help you, but you also have to help her. So basically, Miss Algorithm sees that you have a niche. Let's say your niche is money. You talk about all things money, how to save, how to invest, how to whatever with money. Okay. Somebody on the other side of the internet is, as we speak, typing in questions like, how do I learn to invest money? How do I know how to save money? Whatever they want to type in about money. Well, what Miss Algorithm does, if you have a niche, for example, is she'll say, one moment, I know just the person that can answer your questions and concerns. She'll go knock on your YouTube door, kindly welcome herself in, grab your video, and deliver it to that potential new subscriber. Once they view your content, get some value out of it, like what they hear and see, more than likely they're going to press subscribe. So not only did you just gain a new subscriber, you got introduced to a pool of different like potential subscribers as well. And now your views are going up, your engagement can go up because they may just leave a comment, and it contributes to your overall growth. And not to mention that it increased your watch hours by that viewer just taking the time to watch your video. So it is a beautiful thing to pick a niche, but the thing is, this is important. You can't just pick a niche and think that, oh, I got a niche, I got an idea, and my channel's going to take off. Not exactly, because you can pick a niche all day. But if you don't create quality content or have content put out that is a benefit to the viewer, it's really pointless. And we don't make no pointless content, at least not no content bestie of mine. So make sure when you go to pick a niche, you have an idea, a plan, and a strategy for how you're going to explain that content. Do it in a way that's going to give the viewers something to leave with, and also give them a reason to come back. So there you have it. But I am a half full type of girl, but we do have to look at the half empty side of this equation and break down some of the cons. So some of the cons is you're going to feel restricted. If you pick a niche and stick to it, and then down the road you have this inspiration to talk or do something else on your channel, it's going to be a lot harder because you've made yourself known for that niche. So if you don't like the idea of being restricted and being held back from like newfound passions and desires that you want for your channel, then I would say don't pick a niche, at least not yet. So one way you can figure out if this whatever niche is good for you or not is if you can live without it in the long run, then don't settle. If you can literally from now until old age, off into the sunset, talk about whatever the niche is that you want to talk about and never get tired of it, then commit. But if you're on the other side, kind of like I am with like multi-passions, then I would say don't settle right now. So there's some pros, there's some cons, but you have to decide for yourself depending on the direction that you want your channel to go. All right, y'all, you know that I love to give and I love to share, and I also really like to make it easier for my content besties. So what I'm going to do is notice both sides of the screen. If you're leaning more towards this side than that side, that'll help you make a more clear decision on what you should do. In case the pros and cons list kind of made you question what side you stand on, whatever side resonates with you the most, that's the route that you should take. Because one thing about me, I know what has helped me. I know what struggles I've had to grow through in order to get to where I am right now. And I still have a lot of growing to do. But what I don't want to ever do is jump on here and say, you need to do this and you better not do that. I'm just not that type of girly. And I don't like when somebody yells at me, figuratively or any other type of way. So I'm just going to give you a little gentle push. Whatever side resonates with you, that's the route that you should take. And I hope it makes it easier for you, my friend. And don't overthink it. It's all fun. It's all love. And at the end of the day, you're still a great content creator, whether you have the niche or you choose not to have one. Just stick with me throughout this process and we'll get you all the clarity that you need, my friend. Now, let me let you guys in on a little something, because this is kind of the category that I fall under. I can't necessarily say that I'm personally under the umbrella of a niche per se. I am multi-passionate and I am very passionate in general, just about a lot of different things. But as far as my channel is concerned, I am geared towards like helping people show up on camera as authentically as themselves, giving you hacks and tips about how you can grow as a small content creator. And every now and then, I'll sprinkle in little details about my passion for photography and the love that I have for cameras, which is why I'm named Erica Loves Cameras for those of you who are new. So here's the category that I would fall under. Like, I guess there is like this unspoken reality of growing without a niche. Because someone like me who just genuinely likes to connect with people, I like to help people, and I'm just really good at having a unique perspective on things that I'm not afraid to speak up about because I know that it's useful, helpful information. So you can't really give somebody like that a niche, if that makes sense. And that's only going to resonate with a few of you because I know some of you are probably very type A. Like you have to have a plan, you have to have things in order to do something. Me, I'm just kind of like, oh, if the sky is blue today and tomorrow is pink, I'm cool with that. I'll make it work. Like I don't have to have everything so set in stone. If I come up with an idea, I am really good at just sitting down, writing down my thoughts, and then those thoughts lead to a conversation. And then I just turn the camera on, chit chat with my besties on here, and it ends up being super helpful. So just take comfort if you're in this category along with me, with a person that does not have a niche per se, but has a unique perspective on topics that they do talk about on their channel. It's room for us too. So while I'm not against picking a topic and sticking to it for the rest of my life, I'm also very open to the idea that I'm going to grow as a content creator. While I'm small right now, I'm a small content creator brand new to the YouTube platform and simply just trying to monetize my passion. I'm also very open to the idea that one day something may just spark and I want to just create a series or gear my channel towards whatever that thing is. But for right now, Erica loves cameras. I love what cameras can do. I like that cameras allow us to create content that reaches a lot of people. Camera captures beauty all around us. And that's what I like to share with you guys. I like sharing what helps me so that I can help you. And it's just this beautiful cycle of just creativity. And if YouTube at the end of the day wants to pay me for that, and if Miss Algorithm loves me for that, then I'm here for it. And I want all of us to win, not in a bajillion thousand years. Okay. That's not even a real number. And I'm being very dramatic as usual. But not in my wildest dreams that I even think within less than 3 months, I would be growing at the rate that I'm growing. And I didn't even pick a niche. I just literally picked up my camera. Okay. I had this idea. I had the nerve, and I just shook off the shyness and got into the mindset of this could help people. And ever since, I just have not looked back. So I don't know what you would call this category. I'm just me. I just like to create beautiful, genuine, helpful content and put it out into the algorithm and hope that people that resonate with me will just stick around and just join the beauty of this journey. And that's it. Now, let me check in with my content besties who kind of take the hybrid approach. Now, what's the hybrid approach? Well, basically, that's just a fancy way of saying you like the best of both worlds. You like the idea of having a niche and you actually have one, but you also like to dabble in a couple other things and then jump back to your niche. If that sounds like you, then this part will definitely be of some type of benefit. So it's okay. Let me just lay that out there. That is totally fine. If you do have a topic and a theme for your channel, and every now and then you want to sprinkle in something about something completely different and make it somehow cohesive and blend into something that your audience will appreciate, there's nothing wrong with that. And don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. There is room for you too. There's room for people who have a niche. There's room for people who's like in the middle that just doesn't have a niche and they still make great content and grow. And then there's room for people who like the best of both worlds. So there's room for you. And while we're here talking to this group of content besties, let's also weigh the pros and cons to this category. Because while it is a beautiful thing that you experience the best of both worlds, I don't want you just out here running wild and free without any strategy. Okay. We need strategy and we need plans. That's the thing. I won't tell you what to do, when to do it, and all of that, but I will tell you that growth requires strategy. It takes strategic planning in order for you to see consistent growth. Okay. So for somebody who's in this category of a niche, but you also like to dabble in a couple other different things, the approach you may want to take is to have a content pillar. For those of you who are not familiar with what content pillars are, I'll put the definition right above and I'll also share an example. So if you're a YouTuber focusing on social media, what you could do as your three pillars, for example, is to talk about strategies for YouTube, Instagram, and let's just say monetization. Those three are very cohesive. Those three are very relatable. And those three are likely something that small creators like you and I are looking for, especially as potential subscribers. So if you're creating content from that approach or from that perspective, you're more than likely going to get growth from those topics, and they still blend so well together, even though they're so completely different. Those are three different categories that not only get searched a lot, but they get used a lot. They're relatable. They're things that people are curious about all the time. And everybody's who's like becoming a small creator is wanting to get monetized. So obviously talking about YouTube, Instagram, and monetization will get a lot of traffic going to your channel. And Miss Algorithm loves that topic, those topics to be exact. So that's just one example of a content pillar or pillars that you can use that still keeps your overall theme going for your channel, but also allows you to have the flexibility to like dabble into other topics and still bring it back home to where you started. Not to mention that this category also allows you to experiment while allowing yourself to be seen more consistently by your audience, which we know consistency is needed for short-term and long-term growth. So do not get into this thing assuming that because you have this topic and this theme and this niche and you got it going on, that you're going to see the growth that you expect to see just from posting once a month. Now, if that has happened for somebody, I haven't seen it yet, but I don't recommend that. Okay. Unless you're already down into the YouTube journey and you've been on here for years and you got it like that to only post once a month, that's not practical for somebody who's like us and we're just starting out. We're trying to grow our channels and reach like little milestones to get to our first 1K. Some of you, your first 100. Some of you have started recently. You're trying to get your channel off the ground. Don't expect growth if you're only posting once a month. Okay, that's not really practical for like short-term growth, let alone long-term growth. Okay, so showing up daily for you could be once a week if that's what your schedule allows. Some of you is 1 to 3 times a week. Take this week for example. I've been making it a goal to post every other day this week because I know how crazy this week was for me between work, events, meetings. I had a crazy week. Not in a bad way. It's just you have weeks that just have more events going on than others. So I made it a goal to upload every other day opposed to every single day like I was doing prior to this week. So things are going to change. Your consistency is going to change because life happens and your content can cater to that. If you are disciplined enough, you do have to have a bit of discipline in order to show up for yourself and for your subscribers. So consistency is a key ingredient if you want to see growth. And if you're experimenting and like jumping in and out of a topic or a niche, it's totally fine. Just do it in a way that keeps your viewers involved so that you can continue to grow. Ooh, Erica, I don't know, bro. Like, what if I pick the wrong niche? Calm down. You're not stuck. You can always pivot as you grow. Easy. But I'm saying, like, I have so many different passions and interests. What do I do? Listen, just focus on making your content valuable and engaging. Trust me, growth will follow. Me, Little Miss Sunshine. Little Miss Positivity always has an answer for everything. Well, answer this. What if I don't have a niche and I'm not growing? Then what? Girl, remember we talked about using content pillars. But if that's not your thing, it's totally fine. Just tie your personality into all of your content that you create and engage with your viewers. Keep them around and everybody's happy. It's fine. There you have it, content besties. There is no one size fits all approach to YouTube. Some creators thrive in a niche, other creators thrive without one. So, whatever category you fall under, just know you can thrive if you approach your channel with strategy and with love and patience. Growth takes time. So, be kind to yourself as you're growing. And listen, if you love one topic, go all in. If you love variety and need it in your life, then just find a way to connect all of your topics to make them relatable to your audience. Last but definitely not least, comment below if you think having a niche is necessary. And let's talk about it. I think it'll be fun to hear you guys' thoughts and to also help each other figure out what we're doing to navigate this YouTube journey. It is definitely a long trek to the top, but we're going to do it by locking arms and really helping each other and showing love and support. Now, I hope something made you smile today. And if you haven't had a chance to smile yet, I hope you get to smile before you go to sleep tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening, y'all. I always enjoy connecting, and I cannot wait to chat with you down in the comments. So I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next upload. Bye. Hello, just a little FYI before you call me out in the comments about my glasses. Yeah, I didn't switch back after I was like an unpaid actor in my own video because these are actually quite comfortable, more so than the brown ones, even though I like those too. Anyway, just thought I'd throw in that quick little disclaimer and just a friendly reminder to mind your business. Okay, love you guys. Bye.